Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name, as always, is Bloodstained Wings, and today I thought I would talk about my trip to Ireland and Scotland. And while I did it, I thought I would do a lovely painting that I saw, a painting of the view that I saw from out the airplane window on one of the flights. As you can see here, I have a lovely gray sky where the clouds from the bottom are kind of merging with the clouds from the top, where you don't really necessarily know what is up and what is down and what exactly is going on. And in the middle, there is a bright sun that is just breaking through. And I actually added some gold acrylic paint on top of the yellow ochre in the middle to really give it this like it's glowing effect, and I think I really like it. As always, this is going to be my Patreon reward for this month, as long as Canada Post actually comes out of strike. They are currently on strike, and so I have limited abilities to be able to mail things currently. So if you were wanting one of the holiday cards, I'm so sorry there might be a delay due to Canada Post being on strike. With that being said, I can't wait to show you how I painted this painting. And if you're ready to get your oil paints out and paint along, I hope that you're ready. Okay. Thank you, Opening B-Dubs, for the opening messages. As you can see, I have already prepped the canvas with my goop and white. So there's just a little bit of white on here. And I am just going to play around with various shades of gray that I've pre-mixed. It's like a purpley gray. And I'm just gonna kind of drop it in and like play and see what happens. And whatever happens is just whatever happens, and then from there we're gonna really have some fun. You've already seen the finished painting, but I haven't done it yet. I suppose I probably already talked about how it was inspired by what I saw outside of my window when I was flying. So for those of you who don't know, I went on a lovely trip to Ireland and Scotland, and it was absolutely wonderful. I had so much fun. I got to meet with so many wonderful people and just hang out and have a blast, which was really nice and really chill. I did get a little bit sick, which I mean is par for the course. You know, traveling, you're expected to get sick a little bit, so I don't think that's too outrageous. A concept. Oh no, you got sick. But like, you know, 'tis what happens when you travel. You get sick. Yeah, I'm just playing around and making a sky. Am I following my reference perfectly? Absolutely not. I am just having fun, and perhaps I will break out my reference and look at it, but I really liked the idea of this additional cloud that was like with a little bit of light. I don't know, it just happened, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? I like the way that looks, so we're gonna roll with that. And just kind of fluff everything up and blend everything back in. And then, you know, do another part at the bottom where there's like a whole bunch of other stuff. This is the plan. We're just gonna like mesh around with stuff and like make things happen. I don't know. And sometimes you just do and you think later, but you do first. So that's what's happening. We're having a do first, think later kind of. Yeah. Yeah. Think first, think later, do first. All I did was I prepped the canvas with some white beforehand, and as you can see, laid in a tape. Now, you guys saw the end result, in which it looks cool because I put yellow there, which is the plan. I just haven't gotten to it yet. But that is the idea, is that we're like floating midway through the sky. So there's like, you know, a bunch of everything happening all at the same time. and you're like in the sky, so like it's just as much sky here as it is here. There's just a break in like the skyline, and that's what we're gonna kind of paint and figure out. And I don't know if it's gonna look like a break in the skyline or if it's gonna look like an ocean. I'm not sure. Either way, it still works because of the, I mean, like when you're in motion, right? Like it's just, I don't know. Flying sometimes is really mind-boggling, because like the concept of it in general is just kind of insane when you think about it. So in general, people don't try to think about it, but like, you know, you're thousands of feet in the sky. Thousands of feet, not like a little, like thousands. Or meters, thousands of meters in the sky still applies. And like it's, you know, negative 60 something degrees out there because like you're so high up in the atmosphere. It's insane thinking about like the ingenuity required to like make that shit happen, which is just crazy. Like it's crazy and like out of this world that like we just, you know, do that. We just casually do that, you know, all the time, which is just insane. But also like it's just a feat of human creativity and ingenuity, and I don't know, I really like that conceptually. And so that's kind of the idea that I'm going for right here is like, I don't know, human ingenuity at work. Maybe it'll give it off that air, but maybe it won't. It's like more of an abstract-y kind of concept, I suppose. But it's also kind of an abstract-y kind of painting, because it's just going to be really simple. I just wanted to do something really nice as a memory from the trip, but also like before Christmas. You know, there's all kinds of things going on before Christmas and before Yule, and everybody's all crazy and hectic about what they're gonna do and what they're gonna get and how they're gonna afford it and all that kind of stuff. And I hope that if you're stressing about that, then, you know, it's okay for you in your life. I know currently at the time of recording this, which is mid-November, Canada Post is down, which is incredibly stressful for anybody who wants to ship things. So yeah, you can't ship out as an individual right now where I live, which is very stressful. So yeah, if you were wanting any of those Yule cards, boy, do you ever have time to still say that you want that. That is a thing that you have time for still. Isn't that fun? But for real, if you do want a Yule card from me, or a Christmas card, or a holiday card, whatever holiday it is, please let me know. There is still time, so if you would like something, please let me know, and I'll make sure to try and get something for you. I mixed a little bit of lemon yellow with yellow ochre to get like a crazy different color yellow, and now we have a big strong line that we're going to blend this into somehow. We're gonna make this work. It's gonna look good. I just need another brush. Okay, I'm back. What I'm gonna do is start with the lemon yellow over here. Oh, I forgot to add goop. Oh no, because there's no goop underneath the tape, or else the tape wasn't gonna stick. So. And then now we're going to progressively go into the yellow ochre. Just try to blend those together a little bit more. That's better. I am going to come back with the palette knife and do palette knife because nobody can stop me from using the palette knife. Absolutely nobody. That's how that works. I use a palette knife and you can't stop me. Okay, and then I want to eventually blend out into the other color as well, because I don't want it to be just straight up all yellow in a continuous strip. I want it to be beautiful. I want it to look like the light is escaping from a tiny crevice. Right, and now we need to switch over to a little bit of that purpley color. And we're going to blend that in. It's just kind of less of a stark line. I don't want a stark line of where one thing ends and one thing begins. Oh yeah. I do want a stark line over here. I just don't want one over here. So we're just kind of blending out a little bit as it goes. So it gives this blended effect. And then once everything is nice and blended, then maybe I will be ready to do the palette knife stuff. Ooh, I like the way that looks. That looks really magical, actually. There's just this like little air of like yellow just kind of peeking through. I'll try to maybe encourage that slightly through here. I don't know if I can, but I'm gonna try to encourage a little bit of that yellow just exist over here. Again, I have a reference that I'm not following, so in case you wanted to know, not following it at all. Okay, great. I'm also thinking maybe about going over the whole thing with some actual like gold paint, some acrylic gold paint once everything dries. But right here, I just want the texture. The texture. Always the texture with me. There we go. And then I'm just gonna blend that slightly in the middle. So it gives a like, it's the sun kind of effect. Yeah, it's very like, psh, which is absolutely not just a sound effect, it's a feeling. And that's what I wanted to give off, is the feeling of like, psh, psh, you know? I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but I don't always know what I'm talking about, so that's the pleasure of doing art, is that sometimes you get to just like make up things and feelings. And man, I really like this. It is so simple, and yet it has so much movement and feeling and just air. There's air about it, and I really like it. I'm just adding a little bit more of that like yellow in the background, because I feel like it's doing a lot without doing anything, you know? Maybe you don't. It's just adding a little bit of texture and like highlight in places that need texture and highlight. I don't know, it's like echoing the sun and like driving everything together. I really like this. I like that it like wiggles. There's like a wiggle. I like the way this looks. Let's not fuss with it too much. Again, I may go over the whole yellow part with gold, or I may just use gold on my palette knife once it dries. It has to dry, because otherwise the acrylic and the oils don't like each other. So I think I'm just gonna leave it at this. We will unveil, so you can see it without, you know, a green line all the way around it. But this was loads of fun, super fast, and I'm really glad I did it. I'll try to make sure I have the reference painting up so you guys, well, painting, the reference picture. It was a picture, not a painting. This is a painting. So you guys can see, without looking at the reference at all, how it went from concept to painting. I'll put that up now. Wow, would you look at that? Good job editing, B-dubs. You're the best. So yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed that. Thank you so much for joining me for a whole nother year of paintings. I am gonna see if I can, very last minute, send this out to my Patreons as a thank you for another year of supporting me. I cannot express how much it means to me that you guys support me and help me through everything. I am so very grateful and lucky to have so many people just appreciate my art, no matter how crazy and weird it gets. So thank you so much once again, everybody, on my Patreon, as well as everybody who joins me on Twitch and in my Discord. Very much appreciate you guys, and I love you, and I will see you again next year. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's gonna be next year. Crazy. I don't know what I'm gonna do for next year. We shall see. Bye.